Okay, this meeting is being live streamed.
Is
So
in order.
session has started.
Where's the
Welcome
gavel?
back.
Yeah, it's like we need a gavel.
I want a gavel so bad.
We need sound effects.
um, we have some sound effects actually, but I don't have them with me. But we'll get to that.
Inside.
Welcome back, everyone. Happy Monday. It's a beautiful Monday. We've been all gloomy and upset for the last like month or so, but we're back and we have a goal finally, and we're reading Mockingjay and we have set photos and life is good. We are happy to say the least. Tonight we have our usual group and we're joined again by Ronnie, who we're so happy to have you back. We're glad that we didn't scare you away last week.
No, I was terrified I would scare you guys away from me.
Not at all.
Honestly, you're the perfect person to have talk about set photos because finally Emily has met her match. So there we go. But yeah, so tonight we have some big news. I feel like it's only fair if Emily talks about Dr. Gall because that's her favorite.
Well, surprise, surprise, it's Viola Davis.
Yeah.
What?
Welcome.
That was the woman from Holes.
Was she in Holes?
No, Viola Davis wasn't.
I was like, what?
Either way, I thought that she wasn't going to be it for a bit. Like, there were some rumors going around that, because I mean, everybody knew that this was a big rumor for a while, but then it kind of died out because I heard that there was like some sort of scheduling conflict. But I guess not. I guess not at all.
I mean, they worked it out, I guess.
Yeah.
I wonder what it was really happening like behind the scenes during all this time. Like, did they figure it out a while ago and we're just waiting to be sure?
I've read people say that like maybe they kind of changed the filming schedule so that it like works with her schedule. So that's why they're maybe doing like, like the Citadel scenes like later now. Maybe. I don't know though. It's just a theory.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. When does her movie come out? Like maybe it conflicted with like the premiere of her next film or something.
I think it's out this week or next week.
Next month.
Yeah, it's
in September.
Oh, in September.
Well, that definitely could have conflicted then, because she'll have to be doing like press and stuff for that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I'm glad they got it figured out. I mean, I feel like I was more happy when the rumor came out than like now, because it's just been like so much confusion, and then like thinking about potential other people. Like, I got really attached to Viola, and then got less attached because I tried to detach from it because I thought it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, but I was certain it wasn't going to happen when we started talking about like, is it still possible a few weeks ago?
Me too. I was kind of going on so long.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked. I like when it came out today, I looked at my phone and I was like, and then I was excited about it for like 3 minutes, and then I kind of calmed down and started getting
like,
more excited
okay,
about.
it's what we've been thinking about for weeks and weeks.
But still, very like we're so blessed to have her in our cast now because like she's a phenomenal actress. I'm so excited.
I saw Jerry post that we were trending on Twitter, which is nice for a change.
So exciting!
Like, what is this? 2013?
I think like when Hunter got cast, I feel like it returned for like a second.
Oh, true,
right?
True. Yeah,
because that was also a really big deal. But when the Gall news came out, like a lot of like the media sites that weren't fan sites that tweeted it, all the comments on it, people were like, "Okay, I'm gonna go see it now." Like oh, I'm gonna start the book now because of this. Like,
yeah,
I think we definitely unleashed something in some people today. Hopefully.
That makes me feel better because
Me too.
I'm one of the people who like, I know she's going to do an amazing job and I'm excited to see her as Dr. Gall, but I personally can't picture her as Dr. Gall. So I know once the moment that they like have her in costume and she's going to be amazing, like acting wise and everything, I know I'll be happy. But like right now I'm like, I really don't picture her as Dr. Gall. And so
I can't.
I don't
I
know.
get that. I can't really picture half the cast, honestly, as like who they are. Like other
Fair.
than like a few exceptions, I'm just
Mhm.
really curious to see this thing because it's. I mean, the
Yes.
book in general, I can barely even imagine it being a movie. So
Yeah,
who
well,
knows?
you made that comment last week, and that's how I feel
Yeah.
all the time about it. Is like right now I'm re-listening to the audiobook,
Oh my
and now
god,
I'm
that
trying.
audiobook.
It's amazing.
It's
And
amazing, but
now,
like
Yeah.
his songs are so silly. Like when he
oh
sings.
God.
His songs are ridiculous, and that's
Like,
unfortunate because Santino Fontana can sing, so
yes.
they really wasted that potential there.
Oh my gosh.
Like when he did Clementine, like Oh My Darling Clementine, he didn't even do the tune to it. Like I was like, that's a song that like people
Yeah.
know. Sorry, that was a little tangent.
Well, I'm just thinking about how now, like I'm trying to picture like different the like cast as the roles now, because like the past few times I've been listening or reading, I've only pictured the characters as I've pictured them in my head. And so now I have
Mhm.
to go through with Dr. Gall and picture Viola Davis and be like, okay, this is her. This is her. We're going to picture her. We're going to make it work. But I'm just ready to
Every-
actually finally see her in
Me
costume.
too. Every time there's a new casting announcement, just reread the book to
Yeah.
imagine that character.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. I
Okay.
mean, I was seeing like some mixed reviews on it also.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm a part of some Facebook Hunger Games groups. That's where I like to see the people interact, like specifically the people who haven't read the books, because they
Mhm.
make all those dumb
That's
comments.
where the fun comments are.
Exactly. I was seeing a lot of negativity on Facebook, though. That was really the only place I saw it.
What
I mean,
is the
Facebook is
main?
negativity.
It's
Is
true.
there any criticism that makes sense? I mean, I feel like one that I've seen is maybe she's a little too young, which I
Yeah.
can kind of see, but also it's Viola Davis. Like, let's just who
Yeah.
cares?
Mostly people were just saying that they weren't happy. Like everyone's saying that they wanted, like, what was it, Tilda
Swinton.
Yeah.
That's a
I read
good
lots
fan
of comments
cast.
about that, and I'm like, yeah, it's everyone has their favorite fan cast, but you got to
But-
trust
Sure
them in
do.
the end.
Like they got a high caliber actress.
Yeah.
So
It's not like she's
Yeah.
gonna stink in the role.
Like an A-list
Right.
celebrity, yeah.
she's not gonna mess it up. It's not gonna be bad.
No, exactly. So I know it's going to be good, but right now I'm just kind of like, I feel the same way as you did, Emily, where like we experienced the hype already, and I'm kind of just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
It's just too bad they couldn't have announced it a while back when we were like
Yeah.
more pumped, because we've just been in limbo so long that it's just kind of gotten a little tiring. But
Yeah.
now we have her, we have all the main cast. So it's exciting, I think.
Mhm. Yes.
It's very exciting. And also, like, I don't know. I'm still waiting for some Grand Man casting. I don't know.
Same.
I want them to cast some like fabulous, like old like actress, even if it's just for a cameo. That's what I'm hearing. That
I'm
they
on
might
Team
do.
Meryl Streep for Grand Mam. That
Yes.
sounds
I would
great.
die. I just want to hear Gemma Panem come out of her mouth. I'm sure she'd rock that.
See, I didn't really want that before, but like I want that from Meryl Streep.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I hope that they do it. I hope she's in it. I'm like hearing so many conflicting things that people are like, oh, they might have written her out, but I feel like she's not going to be written out. I think her part's going to be like reduced, but
Yeah.
she's important. Hashtag justice for Grand Mam.
Yeah.
She is important. She's the new
Well,
match.
Nina replied to a tweet, and someone asked who's gonna be Grand Mam, and she said someone great. Wait, I think that's what she said.
Really?
Oh
Yeah,
my
someone
god.
so great. Someone
Oh,
so
oh,
great.
God.
Oh,
It has
okay.
to be
she's
some
in-
like
they're
big
not
name
cutting
old
her out.
actress.
Yeah.
Good.
Maybe it is Meryl Streep.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe.
They listen, hopefully.
What a gift that would be to add her to the cast. I mean, people assume. I mean, not on Facebook because I don't. I hate looking at Facebook comments. But at least on like Twitter and stuff, even people that just don't really know, haven't read the book, and just kind of genuinely know that the movie's coming out, are like really big fans of the cast. I mean, they all seem like they're like, oh, this cast is so stacked, blah blah blah. So I'm happy with that. I see a lot of Rachel Zegler hate though, and I'm just
I
like,
know. That makes me sad.
It
Unnecessary.
makes me sad.
I
It's
had
so
a dream I met her a
unnecessary.
while ago.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Her hair was like chopped off. I was like,
Oh,
hello?
for Snow White.
Ooh.
That's accurate.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty sure I remember saying, people aren't so sure about you, but they're really excited about Viola.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I literally remember this. I can't believe I didn't tell you that.
Wow. Brutally honest.
Honestly.
See, it makes me so sad because I love watching her vlogs and I love like
Me
just her
too.
personality, her Instagram stories. She's so
very much
cute.
like Lucy Gray with the like cryptic universe poetry.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I just love her so much. I feel like she's just so wholesome.
I'm just
She
like,
is.
I don't really get you, so you work as Lucy Gray. That's good.
She wanted her Taylor
think-
Swift moment when she wrote that weird tweet out the night before she was cast.
Oh my god, that was
so
funny,
unnecessary.
I cringe
So
when I think
funny.
about that.
What was the tweet? I don't even remember.
Listen up. Can
Oh.
y'all rest? No.
Rest, yeah, restlessly or something like that.
It's just so stupid, but
Will
I
you
love her.
grow restfully.
What? She was stretching a little bit. I mean,
Yeah, she could have been a little bit better with that, but it was fun.
she could have just posted the poem, like the Lucy Gray poem. I mean, I know that
True.
would have been like way more obvious, but like,
we needed it to be more obvious.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I didn't realize that it was a cryptic thing until after her casting was announced, and like people pointed it out, and I was like, oh,
But
who's gonna do that?
It also seemed like so cryptic that like she could just be making fun of the fact that everyone was like talking about her in connection with it. And I was like, if you're posting this and it's not real, that's really annoying. But it was
That'd
funny.
be really mean. It'd be mean.
Oh, and I also just saw the tweet, Jerry, from Nina. So that was today.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I didn't realize
Oh,
that
so
it was
it was
like
just
today.
it was just recent?
Yeah, it was at 3:30.
Because
Oh my
I was
God.
scrolling through her Twitter earlier
Okay,
And
Nina.
it's in the reply tab.
when she was like, finally for Viola. It's like, ma'am, it's been a month.
She liked my comment to the tweet. It made my day. It was very exciting.
Oh,
Aw.
She's very sweet. I met her at the premiere for Mockingjay Part 2, and she was just when she came on the red carpet, everybody went, "Mom!" Like all the fans.
Aw.
And she was very pumped. I trust her.
I do
She,
too.
She cares, even though like these set photos are kind of like concerning. I don't want to say concerning. I like what they're doing, but they're weird. Do we want to talk about that?
Okay,
for a
yeah.
second?
What
And by
photo
for a
should
second,
we
I mean
should
for-
we talk about first?
Oh God.
I didn't make a list this week, so
No, I didn't either. Let me just look at y'all's Instagram. Oh wait, no,
Are they not there?
not your Insta.
is it
No,
more
it's not on
okay?
there.
Do we want to talk about the alleged reaping?
Yeah, I really
Um,
mixed feelings.
I don't
Wait,
know if I
what?
want to talk about that.
Wait, what? What?
There
They
was
have the
one
reap.
photo that looked like it was kind of the square area for the reaping set, and there was like a little stage, and then like
Is
some
it possible
concrete
to send it?
squares
oh
on
yeah,
the
I can.
ground.
Oh, I'll put it in the
Oh.
Zoom chat.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jerry.
King.
And there's no justice building. This
And
is,
there's
like, the
no
big
Yeah.
thing.
justice building.
It's
I'm upset about that.
Mm.
which I don't think that they're gonna CG it in or whatever, because like I think the location, like the backdrop, it's very
No.
striking. I think
Yeah,
it's like
the
it's
thing
definitely
is,
a look.
They could put up a big like green screen or something like on the moment they're actually filming it, but then it's like
That's
why
true.
would they have put it there then?
Yeah, because it looks like it's gonna be part of the shot to me. I don't
Yeah,
know though.
the background seems like there's so much going on that it's meant to be, in the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just really upset about no justice building. I don't know why Because, I mean, we've talked about this before. There's no real distinct hub location. There's no
Not at all.
lake in the original series. So, like, there's almost nothing that we can be like, oh, yeah, this is the same as in the Hunger Games to, like, visually tie that together, except for, like, the Justice Building. So why are we not using that is my question.
I'm wondering why they didn't film anything in America. Like, I mean, I know they filmed a lot of Mockingjay in like Germany and France, stuff like that, but like a lot of it was still filmed in like Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it wouldn't be, that place still, to my knowledge at least, still kind of looks the same where they filmed a lot of the District 12 scenes. So I don't know why they just didn't do that.
I mean, I was there when we were in North Carolina in May for the event at Henry River Mill Village, and it was pretty dilapidated.
Oh, I believe it. But even like the
mean,
ones in Atlanta, though, like I think they don't want to film in North Carolina anymore because it gets expensive. It's very expensive apparently to film there. But I don't know. It's a choice. I mean, I'll give them that.
It's a choice.
It's definitely a choice. Along with the redesigned District 12 seal as well, which I like. I do like it. I think it makes sense that, 65 years before we see it in the films, it's different. Have you guys seen that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the seal. I think it looks better than the other seal. I mean, do we ever see the seal in the trilogy?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's like on the mine carts, maybe, or like not on the mine carts, on the train cars, like in the first Hunger Games movie. But that's it.
Okay.
I mean, we might not even end up seeing it in the movie.
Yeah.
So, but then are they going to put it on like merch? Like,
I mean, I'd buy
it. Same.
Me too, but like the lack of continuity, I don't know. It's just an interesting choice for such a small detail. But I do like the new seal.
I'm just curious to see what is going to be recognizable from I mean, I don't think there really is going to be anything recognizable from the
nothing. The Justice Building was our last hope. I guess like I've been talking about it with people, and some people are like, well, maybe it wasn't built yet, or like maybe it was built later to be a more kind of formidable, structure in the district. And it's like, yeah, we can come up with reasons that can logically make sense in world as to why maybe it doesn't exist yet. But I still think from like a movie franchise perspective, like a movie making perspective, it doesn't make sense to not put it in. Like we can make it make sense, but not really.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it on screen. I mean, I do think this is what it's going to be, but I don't know. I guess I'm sure when the thing comes out, I'm going to love it either way. Yeah. So I can't be too mad about it.
See, but this is a lot
of changes. It's very cool. It's very industrial. Like I think it's a very interesting location that they picked to film at. It definitely gives me District 12 vibes, like 100%.
It reminds me a lot more of like Catching Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I like that. I mean, this look is more kind of like how I pictured District 12 when reading, and less like what we see in the first film, although we don't see a lot in the first film. So I'm happy with how it looks. Just like give me the Justice Building.
I just like question why they wouldn't have a Justice Building 65 years before. Like I could understand they want to have, because the Justice Buildings in the movie in Catching Fire, they all look very like uniform and the same, I guess. And so I could understand why later on they would have all the justice halls or the justice buildings look the same in each district. So I guess like it kind of makes sense as to why they wouldn't have built it now for the 10th game.
But they would have had something. Like, I don't know, if you think of like any town in the US, like every town has like a central like kind of courthouse building or like just main building where things happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
District 12 would have something. Like
Unless
there has
it
to
got
be
like
some central
destroyed in
location.
the dark days or something.
I mean, the Justice Building is in the book in Ballard.
It is.
So yeah, so I don't know how they're gonna explain that in the movie.
That's fair.
If they
yeah.
do, you know.
I'm sure it's going to
I
be
know.
some sort of like Francis Lawrence interview where he's going to explain it, but it's not going to be in the movie where they kind of explain it.
Yeah.
I could see him just like justifying it and then in some small interview or something like that, but not.
I can't
really
wait to
being
hear that
explained.
justification because
I know.
whatever it is, I'm not going to agree with it.
Like, I mean, they freaking, when Francis Lawrence came on board for Catching Fire, they turned Buttercup back to orange. So like,
Yeah.
he clearly does care about
Wrong choice.
Oh.
Controversial take.
Chase is full of those.
Once you start it, stick with it.
I do agree with that, but I'm happy that he did change it in the end, just as a fan perspective, at least. But he was just all, I mean, at least with this production team that they have, they seem to be very consistent with the books, but this seems like a very big they seem like they're doing a lot of big departures from it. And I don't know if it's because like they're limited in their filming locations, or we don't even know what their budget is, which definitely matters. I mean, we don't even know where they're going to be filming the rest of the scenes because they still have a whole bunch left of the movie to film.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are they going to do? I'm so curious. Yeah. Have you guys seen
they should have
filming schedule?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's like a lot of stuff coming up, like in the next week and a half.
Lots of set photos, hopefully.
I hope so. Hopefully we're gonna see not just like leaked pictures of the set, but the actors as well.
Oh my gosh,
God,
please,
so.
please.
I'm still very curious about I think the hanging tree scenes are going to be the best opportunity for us to see something.
Yeah.
Because it seems like anybody can just kind of go up there. I don't know what it's going to be like when they start filming, but like, I feel like it's an easy location.
Might like close off that street that's right behind it. That's where like most of the people have been taking the photos, or like from going up like those like big pipe things that like people can go up the stairs, but they'll probably close that off. So, but hopefully,
I got so nervous thinking about the reaping scene. I just got so nervous because of Lucy Gray's dress. Oh my gosh.
No.
I will cry the moment I see that. Please. That is probably the most important like prop or set item to me is Lucy Gray's dress. And I'm just like, I just saw that filming August 24th. Oh God, if we see that and I don't like that, I think I might just cry.
Well, what do you envision, Holly? Like what would make you happy or disappointed?
So, okay, I have this fan art that is the most perfect look. I need to find it. And once I find it, I'll send it to you. But it's essentially like it is like a literal rainbow dress, like almost like a layered cake where one color, like each ruffle is a different color. I literally picture like an actual rainbow, but more so faded. So not super bright, but faded, a little bit lighter, kind of pastel. I just
send it in the chat. I want to see it.
I will. I'm gonna go find it.
This is where I feel like people are just gonna have different views because I just want it to be as least like a rainbow.
I am the same way. I saw this one, I don't even know if I can find it, but this one concept that somebody did where it was like a patchwork sort of thing where it was like different patches for each layer. And it kind of gives like a District 12 sort of like Appalachia vibe to it. And I really liked that. I just don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared to see what they're going to do with it, though.
Because they could go in so many different directions.
Yeah. Oh, I don't envy the costume designer, whoever it is.
Yeah, whoever it is. It'd be nice to know.
It would be. I just hope that they like keep her in the dress for like most of the movie.
For the whole
District
movie.
12.
Literally.
Because like if they give them like different outfits for like the arena or whatever, I'm going to be kind of mad because I think it's kind of important to show how much they don't care about the tributes.
They're gonna get so like dirty
Yes.
and yeah.
I want them to be so dirty. I want them to be just disgusting and grimy. Like that's all I want. Like if Rachel Zegler steps into that arena with like a blowout and pristine dress with like full face of makeup, I'm gonna be so mad. I
don't think it's gonna be like that. I think you'll be happy.
I hope so. My God.
Yeah, I think that's probably like one of the most important parts for me is that the tributes go in wearing the clothes that they came with.
It's
'Cause if
because
they don't
their
do
treatment
that-
is so different, and
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's really what's going to
Yeah.
show that.
That I
Mhm.
just remember that being so shocking to me when I first read the book. Just when they came on the train and like the cattle cars, and I like when that happened, I was like, oh wait, this is going to be different. I'm very excited either way to see what they do.
I mean,
But
hopefully we'll hear from like some extras as well who are involved in some of these scenes, like especially the reaping scene.
Did you guys see the District 12 extra clothes that were spotted?
No.
Oh, they're.
Mhm.
Th-
I mean,
some-
it was
somebody
kind
took
of
a
hard
picture
to
of, like-
see, but
It's hard to see, but I'm just grasping at straws here. I love it. It looks very much like the first movie. Somebody took a photo of, I guess, some shed where they were keeping a lot of the costumes for like the extras.
Oh yeah, I did see
Oh
that.
yeah.
And it looks promising. The colors are very similar. Like the color palette is very similar to the first movie. So that'll be good, I hope.
yeah,
We're
I
all
think
just
it
like,
looks similar.
I feel like everything is just a test for us. I feel like we're in a
Honestly.
long-term relationship with Lionsgate and we're like, we can trust them, but we're also like, we've been hurt before, so I
Exactly.
don't know.
Oh gosh. Do we want to talk about the very cool hanging tree picture that was taken? That's like from a distance.
Yes.
It's on top. I don't know if it's a drone shot, which by the way, if there's anybody in Germany that has a drone and lives near that park, when the reaping
The
scenes
drone
happen,
just like
please take
makes
some
it into the
pictures.
final cut.
Oh my God. Listen, it
What's
would be
that drone
fit.
going
It would
by?
be apt.
Like it's a
be-
hovercraft in the distance.
No, it was just delivering food to the tributes. That's all it was doing. The hanging tree looks silly to me, but we don't know what it's going to look like when it's actually done. I just can't get over the fact that it looks like a tree on a platform and not a platform built around a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
looks
feel
like a
like I
treehouse.
pictured it totally different. Like I didn't really
Yeah, same.
picture, whatever
didn't
the book
picture a
description
platform.
says. I didn't picture a platform. I just pictured like stairs or something, like a step stool kind of thing.
Yeah.
On the ground. I pictured it like definitely in the woods. Like it's just
Yeah,
totally
same.
different.
This like weird, I'm sure it has something to do with mining, but like those weird water features on both sides. It's like, how many people can you fit in that area to like watch a public hanging? Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of space for people.
Yeah, I'm confused what that's gonna look like. I'm sure it's
I
gonna look
definitely
good,
don't
but
get that.
It'll look cool. What was that?
I don't get like why it would be there.
I don't either. It doesn't look like a tree should be growing there.
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like I'm
It's-
like, really? That's the best place we could find in this area? We couldn't have like a more open area. But like I think I see the vision in the fact that like facing towards like the park, it's just gonna look really cool. Like all those
It
different
will.
like mechanical elements and like everything. I think that's gonna look really awesome.
It is. And I think those two weird water feature things, I think it's going to look very impressive and kind of imposing in the shot. That
I feel like we're not
whatever
going
they
to
do.
see them. I think it's
I
going to be
thought
more
that
of like a
too.
low shot. And then like if there's a whole crowd of people standing there, you won't even see.
That's
I mean,
true.
you'll
I thought
notice
about
that there
as
aren't people
well.
on the side. So I don't know.
I don't know either. I wouldn't be mad if they did. I mean, I'm still kind of like, this is a weird position for a tree, but whatever. I could see that being a shot though, like because I think that those two water things are very striking and kind of imposing. I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like I want to believe that it's not
They'll just like edit
right
it out.
in District 12.
Yeah, because I didn't think it would be either. So I don't know. What are they doing to us? I feel like Lionsgate's just like just messing with us at this point.
Because I feel like the hanging tree. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Holly.
Oh, I just said I feel like it's just a hot mess right now. That's really all it is to me.
We don't have all the details. Lionsgate, give us all the details.
I mean, they're probably like, "Oh, you're not supposed to know that this is gonna happen here."
Yeah.
Who knows what they'll end up doing, like in post-production? I mean, I remember a lot of the set photos for, especially Catching Fire. My God, like it looked weird in a lot of the shots that they were doing, but then like when they added all the digital stuff afterward, it was like, oh, okay, cool, this works. So
I don't even remember
a lot of that.
What were the set photos that we got for Catching Fire?
Oh my God, we got the big one that I remember being like, what's going on here, was for the District 11 victory tour scene. A lot of that got leaked online, and like the Justice Building looked very funny. It was only like the first part, like I guess the first floor of the Justice Building. It looked very weird.
Right.
And everybody was like, oh, I remember there was an argument online where people were like, oh, it's because District 11 is a poorer district, so they don't have a bigger Justice Building. And then when the movie came out, it was like this massive Justice Building. And it was like, oh wait, cool. So I mean, who knows what they'll end up doing? I feel like I'm trying to be hopeful. This team is very good at like adding a lot of digital things to the scenes to make it look, I guess, cohesive. I don't know. Like when also the President Snow's party at that mansion, at President Snow's mansion. I've been there in real life, and it's a lot smaller than it is on film. Like they added like a whole other like section to the house at the Swan House in Atlanta. But like it blends seamlessly, and like you don't notice it. And I think that they're going to be good at doing something like that. Who knows though?
Well, the magic of CGI.
Exactly. They're good at using it in a subtle way. So I'm hoping that's going to be the same with this. Hoping.
It will be. Gotta have some confidence. It will be.
I'm just very curious to see this thing. Like, can they just release the movie now? I mean, I know they're not done filming. Just give us what they have already.
Well,
it's fine.
I'm just excited for tomorrow, but.
Well, for those who don't know, just be on the lookout for something special tomorrow. Something exciting, a little sneak peek, if you will. I don't know what all we can really say about it. It's a rumor, but it's a pretty confirmed rumor that something is going to be coming out tomorrow. That's not casting related, so get excited.
Dun dun dun
dun dun dun. Which, oh my gosh, I'm glad that they're already kind of gearing that up. I hopefully, I know they're probably only going to release like one thing, but I hope they release multiple over the course of like the next few weeks.
That would be everything.
Oh, yeah, that would be awesome.
Die.
I'm ready.
Just want to see Coriolanus in his long hair.
Right, I want to see the wig.
I hope it's not bad. I'm sure it won't be. But
well, I just want to know, like, who will be seeing? Like, will it be Snow? Will it be Lucy? Who are we gonna see? Are we gonna?
I'm hoping both.
Yeah.
I hope both. That's what I'm thinking. It's gonna be both. No one from Lionsgate's probably listening to this, but yeah, I feel like it's going to be some sort of Lucy Gray Snow media.
Yeah.
Choosing my words lightly.
I want Dr. Gull.
Oh, me too. God.
You know, maybe that's why we got Viola today, because tomorrow they're going to release something about her, because, you know, she's the main character.
I did think that. I honestly did think that. I hope they give her gray hair.
Yeah,
that's like my one wish.
Yeah, that would be good.
It's my one wish for Dr. Gull.
Isaac is freaking out right now in the comments. Isaac, yes, keep your eyes peeled tomorrow for something special. It's like Christmas Eve today. Oh my goodness.
It really is. I mean, I'm sorry we can't do this tomorrow, but I'm glad that we can at least tease it so that people are excited.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesdays, in my opinion, are the worst days of the week because it's like the day after Monday and you still have a whole week to go. So it's something to look forward to on your Tuesdays.
There we go. They knew what we needed. They knew what the people needed.
Okay, one more one more set picture
Spoiler.
like leak that
A little slip. I'm dead.
You
from that,
guys.
Emily. That was awesome. That was awesome.
One more picture that I wanted to talk about that we like saw last week was the one with the boat.
Yeah, I don't know
Like,
if the
what
boat's
is
going to
that
be in
about?
it. I don't know if it's going to be in it because I can't really think of anything. I don't know if they added something. I'm just hoping maybe at this point. I hope they don't add that. I don't like it.
You don't like it? I mean, all I could think about was that they go swimming in a lake, so maybe instead of going swimming, they're like on a boat instead.
I could do that. I could
I
handle
like
that.
That would make sense to me. Maybe they're on this like boat and it's like idyllic, and then they start having that conversation about their like worldview. I don't know. I can kind
I
of
was
picture
thinking
it.
kind of like when you mentioned both of them going in the boat, I was like, oh, like the Little Mermaid, like with Prince Eric and Ariel on the boat. We have a little Sebastian singing "Kiss the Girl."
Sejanus.
Oh my god.
La 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 la.
One of them just gets pushed into the water.
Oh, it'd be so cute. I mean, I'm sure that that's not going to happen. I'm sure it's going to be a very depressing scene, whatever happens in that boat.
Yeah. Isaac said it too. Maybe at the end he goes on the boat and drops the guns in the middle of the lake.
That's
That'd be
exactly, yeah, that's what Isaac just said. Like, as you were
Yeah.
saying that, he just typed that out. That's awesome. Great
But
minds
I'm
think
kind of-
alike.
I like the idea of him like going into the lake though, and like I don't know, it's very dramatic. Like just not caring, going in the middle of the lake, and he like drops his mom's compact gets wet, and his dad's compass and all that stuff. I don't know.
I want to see them swimming too. It sounds fun.
It does sound really fun.
Yep.
That lake is beautiful, by the way. They picked a really good location for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really want to go visit all these locations now.
Me too. I've never wanted to go to Germany more, honestly. Or
Honestly,
Poland.
same. Mel says, is it weird? I've tried to avoid so many photos because I know how much movie magic can be done. And I said, I can understand that, but at the same time, I can't stay away. Like, if you tell me that we have like a set photo or a still, like, I have to see it.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Yeah. And she also said, think of Twilight. Part of that was filmed in a parking lot and you'd never know.
And that movie's definitely magical. So
it's so magical.
Exactly. Oh my god. I rewatch the whole series at least once a year. It's
yes.
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
no, it's fair. I think there's a part of me that, like, you know, the part of me that I would never listen to that's like, just ignore everything ever, never look at a photo, never look at a trailer, and just go and see the movie November 2023. But then of course I'm not going to do that. But there's just like a piece of me that wonders like what it would be like to experience a movie without, like, a movie that I care so much about, like The Hunger Games, and not engage with content beforehand. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me.
It's just
but...
it couldn't be me. I mean, plus the movie's so far. I mean, in hindsight, it's kind of far away. So like,
Mhm.
I'm taking the breadcrumbs. I will take any information that I can get at this point.
Yeah. Clearly, I mean, all of us have been talking about this for 45 minutes. Just set photos.
It's gonna be. I like how we were like, oh god, cool. All right, let's detail all of these photos really quick. Like,
Did we miss anything?
I don't know.
I'm excited to see whatever the propaganda posters are
Oh my
that are
God.
like
Oh, yeah.
covered. I think in that little
Same.
like hallway too. Like it's just gonna look so cool. I hope there's a cool shot of that in the film. And then it looked like they were painting another one that
Yeah,
looked
the
really cool
duty,
on the side of the
Unity
wall.
and Duty one.
Yeah.
They have like the faces. I love a good like propaganda poster. Like I think they're so cool. I'm so curious to see what they have behind those. Like I guess whatever like sort of covering they have over those posters in that hallway. I hope we get some set photos of that. I'm gonna doubt it, but I'm hoping we do. I wonder what they're gonna film in there though, because I feel like that's gonna be, I mean, an important scene, whatever they film in there, because it looks like they did a lot of work on it. Like too much work for it just being like a passing shot.
Right. Maybe
Yeah.
like walking to the reaping or I
Maybe
don't know.
that. And do you guys think that they're gonna have like that final performance that Lucy Gray does for the like peacekeeper, like the head peacekeeper? I was thinking about this today because like if they did do that, where would they film that? Do you think they would condense it into the Hob, or
I
because it
think
looks like they're doing a lot of Hob scenes?
I
like
think
this
that would
week.
be. I think that was in the base, the peacekeeper base.
Yeah, I wonder if they would like condense it though and make it into like the Hob.
That makes sense. Like if they keep it in to have it in the Hob, I think.
Yeah, because they're according to the schedule, they're only doing the Hob scenes from the 15th to the 16th, which is today and tomorrow, and then garage scenes the 17th, streets of District 12 first train scenes on the 18th, hanging tree scenes, which so excited, 19th through the 22nd, and then various District 12 scenes from the 23rd to September 1st, which is a lot of time, a lot more time that they've spent on this sort of block than they have for any of the other things.
Maybe because they have to do several different locations.
Maybe. Yeah. I want to know what those films are, or that those scenes are, though, those various scenes. Like maybe like the base scenes, I guess. Do we know if Sejanus is in Berlin yet? I'm sure or yeah, is he there?
I think he's gotta be.
Yeah.
He's very quiet on social media.
Yeah. And everybody else keeps posting, even if it's not Hunger Games related.
Yeah.
But he's very
gosh,
quiet.
I always makes you mad when it's not Hunger Games related.
Right.
I'm like, come on, give me something here.
Oh, Holly's computer crashed.
Oh, does she need back in?
Oh no.
Yeah, I think so. But she's typing.
Let her in.
Oh, she says she's trying to get back in real quick. That happened to me 2 weeks ago, 2 episodes ago. But now I'm on my phone now, so it doesn't happen.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to switch to my phone as well because my computer, I don't trust it.
None of our internets can be trusted.
None, absolutely none.
Well, do we have anything else to talk about related to Ballad?
I just think
I'm just excited. No, please. Go ahead.
I just think that they're filming in Germany, mostly for the capital, but I feel like they decided to also do the district scenes in Germany because it would be cheaper and less.
Yeah, I think it's just easier, even though it's kind of a bummer. But I can't imagine like just the costs of everything staying in Poland and Germany. But then it's not just the cast, it's like all the crew as well that they'd have to transport like to the States and then back over there and then back to the States. So, you know, they're budget conscious.
And I figure that's why they casted a majority of the tributes from Germany.
And Yeah, it seems like all the stunt people too are local.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what the stunt people are going to be doing. Like, because I don't know what stunt people does with who. I've kind of like tried to like match the faces to like the actual actors, but I don't know.
I think there's only one listed on IMDb right now. Tanner's stunt double is listed specifically, but nobody else. Do we think we're getting any more mentors or tributes at this point?
I don't think so. I think the casting announcements, other than Grand Mam, because I mean, if it's going to be somebody big, they're going to announce that. I think the tributes and stuff are done.
Yeah, I'm still pretty sad about Hilarious, but other than that, it's like that's a name drop.
It's very true.
It's all right. I mean, I guess we still have Heavensby Hall.
Which I am so curious where they're going to film the capital scenes in Germany. I don't know if you guys have any idea, because I don't.
Mm-mm.
I know there's like several film studios that are kind of by where they're filming District 12, but which I would guess that they would do a lot of interior shots and stuff there, but I don't know. Because after District 12 filming, we don't really have anything. Like, who knows where they're going to go next?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they'll go to Berlin, and then I don't know if they'll go anywhere else. Wasn't there another city that they were going to film in for maybe District 12?
Oh, I think so. Yes, from what is it Cecily? Is that her name? Oh my gosh, the one from Australia.
Oh, Kaylee?
Kaylee.
Kaylee. I think she said something about that.
Yeah,
I don't remember where
another...
I think it was
Cologne or something like that. I don't even know how it's spelled or how to pronounce it.
Yeah, it's spelled like Cologne. Maybe that's how it's pronounced too.
Yeah.
That's the district train scenes.
Oh, okay. Right. So, well, I thought that got changed. I thought that was going to be filmed in the same location as everything else.
Oh my gosh. Somebody's already seen the rainbow dress.
What?
Uh-oh.
Who?
What?
This just in.
Wait, oh my god. I got kicked off the Zoom and then I joined and that's what I hear.
Welcome back. your like greatest moment or your worst fear right now.
Oh my god.
Bow to Songbirds on Instagram.
No, stop.
Yeah, Bow to Phantom on Twitter.
Oh
I don't want to share anymore because I don't know. I'm sorry, I just regurgitated that. I don't know if that's just a secret.
Oh my god.
Wait, somebody posted it on Twitter or not?
No. They just said that I've already seen the rainbow dress.
Wait,
whoa. My gosh. Well, what does it
Breaking
look like?
News.
I don't know.
Breaking news.
Oh my gosh, I do not know. I'm asking now. I don't know if she wants to be like secret though, and I feel bad for blurting it out loud on a live podcast because I don't know if this is just between her and I or not. Oh my god.
We'll know soon enough. I mean,
we'll know soon enough, I guess. Oh my god. That's so exciting. I hope that it's good. I'm gonna wait for a review. How was it? And this is all in caps, by the way. I'm like, how was it? Because that's a make or break it situation is the rainbow draws.
Yes, it is. It's life or death for me, to be quite honest with you. Oh my god.
But granted, though, she could look fabulous, but still she's going to end up singing at the reaping, which...
See, that's why I feel like I want the dress to be more toned down as well, because if we are going to have the over the topness of like her singing and everything, like we don't need another thing. Like this wild, super colorful dress. It's just, I feel like it's going to be too much. But I don't know.
I always think of that meme. I think it was like when the book first came out in 2020, where somebody posted a picture of like a girl clown costume. It was like, this is what I imagine Lucy Gray's evening dress, and it was literally just like this rainbow like tutu and like rainbow top, and it looked like, honestly, I hope they don't do something like that because I would scream. I don't think they will, but that's what I'm fearing.
Now I'm just like, I need to know.
Me too.
I'm just distracted now.
I'm sure we'll all know eventually at some point.
At some point.
I'm not getting any, waiting for a response patiently. We should continue while we hold our breaths on how the dress looks.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, because we gotta talk about Mockingjay.
Let's talk about.
That
Mockingjay.
Is that why we're here?
Wait, what is that?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No thoughts, just ballad.
Literally though, at this point. But Mockingjay is always a good reread. I love reading it.
I like it. I like chapter 1 a lot because she mentions the lake, and I'm like, wait, oh my gosh, the lake that we might get a picture of soon.
Just all thoughts go to ballad.
No, that's exactly what it is.
And honestly, same though, because like now any of the references that they drop in this, I'm like, I immediately get connected to ballad, and I'm just like, Suzanne, you're a genius.
Yes.
I know some people that get annoyed about that. Like when I read it, honestly, I was kind of annoyed with how much connection there was to the original trilogy. But after a while, I kind of got used to it, and I was like, all right, no, this is fine. I'm done with this.
Yeah, I think that was one of the original reasons why I didn't like ballad, was because of lines such as when they're in part 3 of ballad, the whole mentioning of the Katniss plant and blah blah blah. I was like, just like little things like that. I'm like, that's too on
I rolled
the
my
nose.
eyes. Yeah, I rolled my eyes at that.
But now I'm like a sucker for it. I'm like, okay, wow, I love all of this. I'll take more.
I think the hanging tree connection is a very good one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's a very strong connection that they can make. But like, the Katniss thing is kind of silly. I'm trying to think what else. What connections in ballad made you guys cringe? I don't know.
Ooh, wait. I have an idea. Do you want to hear my theory about Greasy Say?
Let's do it.
Okay. Well, to introduce you to this group, I have a strong theory going that, okay, Suzanne Collins does everything for a reason, correct? She's a very smart woman. She thinks things through. One day I was just thinking about, Greasy Say is an old woman. She could be the age of, say, old Lucy Gray, and their names, the most important piece of evidence, their names rhyme.
They rhyme.
And so
the most important.
And so I have the strongest theory that Lucy Gray ended up back in District 12, came up with the alias Greasy Say. And that's all.
No, that's amazing. I've never thought about that before.
Because then in the end of Mockingjay, who's there to take care of Katniss? The only other District 12 female victor, Lucy Gray. It all just ties together. It comes one full loop.
Starts and ends with
it's brilliant.
I just, for me, I whatever. It's a joke, whatever. But there's
like at the same time, there's some validity to it.
Yes.
Like,
so that's my Greasy Say rumor or theory.
I don't hate that at all. I think that's great. I kind of agree with it, honestly. I'm all aboard the Greasy Say Lucy Gray train.
Woohoo! Isaac goes, not the Greasy Say.
Not the Greasy Say theory.
I'm like an old grandma. I'm an old grandma. I'll just keep repeating this theory to every new person I meet in the fandom.
You're like, hey, have you heard this wild theory?
I mean, I just think that Lucy Gray died, but this is a good second theory for me to hang on to.
Yes. Well, and you're right. So there's a right. When it comes to Lucy Gray's fate, there's a right and a wrong answer. And if you say she's still alive at the end of the ballad, you're wrong and you don't get it. Like, I'm sorry. That's just how it goes.
No,
so
I
you're on the
agree.
right side.
I mean, it's the same thing with like
I don't care.
Holly.
I mean, I am very firm. Like Maud Ivory is Katniss's grandmother theory, or great grandmother. I don't even know what it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Like very much on board with that. Kurt Carmine being like the guy that had was it a cello? No, it was a fiddle.
It was a fiddle. Yeah.
District. I mean, he was in District 13 later on. I think that he was that guy, the fiddler from District 12. But I don't know. Maybe they'll confirm some of this in the movie. I doubt it, but I do hope that they keep Lucy Gray's ending ambiguous. I don't think that it would be a satisfying movie unless they did.
Me too. It'll be interesting to see if they give any like indication that like makes people think like stronger one way or the other, even if they don't like completely spell it out. But I do want them to keep it ambiguous.
Which, like, my dad famously hates ambiguous endings in movies. Absolutely hates it. And I had him read Ballad, and he did not like the ending very much.
Oh,
he was like, I don't know what happened. And I was just like, I'm sorry, Dad. I knew you would like the ending, but I think he's come around to the idea. I've started to make him like ambiguous endings, I think, because of that book. So I really hope the movie that they just leave it up to the audience's like perception of it, because I think that's the point of the book. I don't know. It just seems like the point, and that's the point of the poem, that it's ambiguous. So I feel like they have to do that in the movie. And if they give it, I feel like if they give a hint, I might be mad.
Yeah.
But Mockingjay.
Mockingjay.
But Mockingjay. That blue book.
Yes, I'm holding in my hands right now.
Yes.
I do love the first chapter a lot, though. Also, I just remember that when I saw the film, I was kind of shocked by how District 12, how destroyed it was. Like, I knew that it was destroyed in the book, but like, honestly, in the movie, I was like, oh my God, this is so much worse than I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. What should we talk about first with this?
We usually just kind of go in order, and just anybody can talk about any like notes or like things that they noticed. So like for me, the first sentence of the first chapter, I kind of like that it's harkens back to like the first sentence of the first book. Like at the beginning of the first book, she wakes up and it's like their bed, like that she and Prim
when I
share.
wake up, the other side of my bed is cold.
Yeah.
My fingers stretch out, seeking Prim's warmth, but finding only the cold canvas cover of the mattress.
Yes.
I've read that book so many times. It's embarrassing.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing.
But she also does it for Catching Fire as well, where she's talking about like the warm flask with her pine needle tea. Like
cold,
it's a very intimate, it's a very intimate moment to begin a book, and she does that for all three of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for Ballad as well, it's
like, isn't it the cabbage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And swore it would never pass his lips again. Okay.
That's
It's gonna be fun.
I like how, like, in this chapter, especially just like the first few pages, it cuts between like her thinking back to District 13 and how she was able to come to District 12 versus it being in the present tense and her like examining things. I think Suzanne does a really good job like using time and like tenses to tell a story, if that makes sense.
No, it does. I agree. I don't even know what I could add to that. I just agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And
then I love the part where she friend zones Gale yet again by just calling him her best friend.
I mean, later they hold hands, don't they?
Hey,
no,
you
know, mixed signals.
I'm very anti-Gale. Not.
Oh yes.
Gale. Every time that she friend zones Gale, I'm like, yes, queen, go off, do it.
Exactly. There's only we're a part of the Gale Hate Club, and you can join the Gale Hate Club.
I'm glad to be a member. I'm honored.
I like how there's in the book here we're getting it as like a flashback of what's happened in District 13, but I like that they didn't do that at all in the movie. They made it happen all in real time, and we got to see kind of the order of events, like obviously much more cinematic, but I feel like Suzanne does that a lot where she like goes back and it's not always like in the most sequential order, or it's like reflecting.
Which makes me curious to see what they do in Ballad. Hate to bring it back to Ballad, but
it
I
always
feel like
goes
there's a
back
lot of
to Ballad.
opportunities. I feel like there's a lot. It does. I think there's a lot of opportunities for them to do that. I mean, I would love to see some scenes where it's like of the war. I don't know if we're going to get that. I don't know if it's just going to be talked about, but I think that would be really interesting to see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're not going to get that because it's we have such a short amount of time for the movie.
I know, it's such a dense
but
book.
I would love to see like when Choreo is talking about the dark days. Like that's what I want to see. Like that's what I wanted a book about.
Just pages on pages of cannibalism.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Gotta see that scene. That scene's gotta be in there.
I do think that though. I do think that at least the cannibalism scene has to be in there just to show how desperate they were. Like, I think it would be a really good scene. I don't know if they would do it, but still.
Maybe they'll show war footage during the before the reaping. You know how they did the treason. Maybe.
I loved that. I loved that scene in the movie. Like they did such a good job with that.
Or they could show something in the classroom, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like let's reflect on this sort of thing. That'd be cool.
Because it is like pushing propaganda. Like I mean, it's kind of enforcing the Capitol's view if you show them these awful things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love the one line about how she is hallucinating that the hospital floor room turned into a carpet of wreathing snakes.
Yes.
I'm like, that never would have stood out to me before, but after Ballad, there's a lot of snake references here.
I love how that's written because she was like, well, I'm not actually sure if it was a hallucination. Like,
well, does this support the Lucy Gray is coin theory? Like, maybe there really were snakes. Maybe she wasn't hallucinating.
I'm not a fan of that theory at all. I understand where people are coming from, but I'm just like, no, it's too easy. But who knows? Maybe.
It's just so like dark. It's so bleak when she's walking around. I mean, I agree. Like the movie made it that much more intense because you see it. But
yeah,
I guess now that I have the visual image in my mind already from the movie, and then now reading the words, it is really dark.
It is really dark. Mm-hmm. I remember reading this in like, oh God, I think it was sophomore year of high school, like 2011, I want to say. And I was just shocked, like when I started reading it, because I was like, this is for adults. I was very like scandalized by how violent it was like at the initial first read. I mean,
when I first read it, I was 12, and so like I don't.
Oh my gosh!
I don't even think I understood what was going on. I think I read it when I was 12, and then I didn't reread Mockingjay until early 2020. So that was like almost a decade, and I don't know. Like I just went back, and Mockingjay completely changed my mind about how I saw the trilogy. And it's because I probably didn't understand. Well, I didn't understand it when I was literally in 6th grade reading this.
Yeah. Well, kind of same. I mean, I hated it when I first read it because I didn't really understand, I guess, the gravity of what she was trying to say with it. But now that I'm older, I'm like, dang, Suzanne had some stuff to say, and she didn't really hold. It's kind of like with Ballad too. I mean, Ballad is very violent and very disturbing, like Mockingjay. She didn't hold back. She just kind of went there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, which is why I liked, I guess, Mockingjay Part 1 a lot too, because like they went there with some of that visual imagery of like her stepping on the skull, which I would not think that they would have even done that in the movie. When I read the book, I was like, oh no, that's me cut out. But
Yeah,
it
it's
was
such a
very
small
disturbing.
detail, but it's so good.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
visceral. Like the crunching sound
Ugh.
just haunts me. I hate it. It's very scary.
I feel like one thing they don't really address so much in the movie is her feelings of guilt.
I agree.
Because she's walking around and she's thinking like, oh, I killed
I
you
killed
and
you.
you and you. And she goes into this kind of like place where she doesn't want to be the Mockingjay because she doesn't want to hurt anybody else. Like she thinks it would be potentially better for everybody else if she just stopped and didn't do anything. Like she's weighing if it's going to hurt more people or like if it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
agree.
that the movie doesn't really go into that, but it's interesting.
Which is weird because like you think they would have time to do it because like they split it into two parts. I'm going to be honest, some parts of Mockingjay Part 1 should have been cut down a little bit. I think that they should have focused a lot more on District 12 because it's a very heavy scene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me a lot about the conversation she has in Catching Fire with Gale when she is like, I should have just died in the arena. Like I shouldn't have pulled out the berries. Like, and then everyone would be safe. And then ultimately she decides to take action and then she doesn't die in the arena again. And because of her, almost all of District 12 gets wiped out because of that decision that she made. And she feels awful about it.
Do you think that it was more effective that they didn't show the bombing? Because like in the book, they have like that, she talks about how Gale, they got the people together and brought down the fence and all that stuff. Like,
I think it's less effective that they didn't show, like they don't have to show the bombs going off, but I think they could have showed like those moments of like Gale being a hero. Like I will give Gale the credit here, but
same. As much as I don't like him, yeah, same.
I think it would have been nice if they had shown flashbacks, like when Gale is talking about it.
Yeah, true.
That would have been an interesting choice.
That would have been a perfect time to do it.
We could have seen Gale's like hero moment too, which be nice for him.
he needs a little bit of
redeeming.
That. He gets nothing else from me, so
same.
We could have seen him. We could have seen him taking people to the lake. Another lake moment.
We would have gotten our lake shot.
What were you saying, Jerry?
Well, I was saying that I respect why they didn't show it because it matches going only through Katniss's perspective for the most part.
Yeah.
That's so true. No, I agree with that though.
Why do we keep using that cop-out excuse? I don't know. I just I don't agree with that at all because some of my favorite things from we were doing our favorite scenes episode of the first movie and I love the things that are totally new that like the night lock when Seneca's locked in the room and that's not something that we see at all, but it's so good. And that is one of the really cool things about making a movie is that we not only get to see things in the book, but we get to see it more.
True that, and all the President Snow scenes, especially
District 11.
Catching Fire. Yeah.
I'm forget Katniss's perspective.
Damn.
I love her, but unreliable narrator.
100%.
Yeah. But I guess with Mockingjay, just the description of what Gale did and how he rescued people, and then even just her mom and Prim stepping in, that just makes me so sad thinking about little Prim helping all these hundreds of people. I don't know. Just how no one ever talks about how Prim had to grow up so fast too.
Prim was
Yeah,
definitely
Katniss does.
that's true. But I wish that they would have fleshed out Prim more in the movies. So I think that like the casual viewer definitely was just like, oh, it's that girl. That's her sister. Cool.
Yeah.
I think she got a lot more moments in the in the books than she did in the movies.
Mhm.
Well, it's like everything Katniss did was for her.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my God.
and like obviously it leads up to a huge moment when she dies at the end.
Do y'all remember that really awful like Mockingjay Part 2 ad? It was
No,
called For
it's a
Prim.
good one. It's a
Oh.
good
No,
one. Don't you dare
Shut
trash
your
it.
mouth right now.
Wait, you said
I'm so sorry.
awful?
No,
Whoa,
okay.
whoa,
No,
whoa.
Come
in
again?
hindsight- no, in hindsight, it's good. But like
Oh
when
my
they first
God.
released it, it was like before the movie came out, and it was like this is spoiling. Like I mean, like
Okay,
just
okay,
spoiling.
I get that.
That's
Keep
why
up
it
that.
made me mad.
Oh
Like
my God.
I think it's so well done, but. Yeah, that part just really bothered me because I was like, wait, you're kind of giving away the fact that Prim dies, like in this. Like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Roddy, you almost got canceled there.
I was like, that
Listen.
made me bawl. I don't really cry that
I know,
much.
trust me, I cried too. I know. And if I'm gonna get canceled, I'm glad that it's on a Hunger Games podcast. But like, I don't want to say it's awful. It's not. But the initial thought I had was that it was awful because it ruined everything for me. But that did a lot though to like kind of push the Prim agenda, if that makes sense. Like to kind of see that like Katniss and Prim definitely like it's a big thing, but like the movies didn't really do it as much. So they had to release like this spoilery ad.
That's fair. Yeah.
About it, and I was like, no one's gonna watch this. Like, only the fans are gonna watch this.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It was absolutely
Jerry,
beautiful.
I love you.
The music gets me every time I cry. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So good. Gonna watch it after this.
Emily cries.
We were talking
Whenever I
about
need
that
a good
last
cry.
week.
We were talking about it last week.
Yeah.
It's that ad in the first Hunger Games movie, the District 12 trailer with Taylor Swift's song "Safe and Sound." That
Oh.
trailer
It's a good one.
gets me. I bawl I love that trailer so much.
See, I'm gonna go back and watch that again because I always forget that Taylor Swift was a part of the Hunger Games. Like I always forget.
I wish I could forget.
Hey, now. hey, no. We love Taylor Swift.
We do. Her and I have the same birthday, so I feel like kinship towards her.
Yay! December 13th. Look at you.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's yes.
I know her.
And she lived in Tennessee, which same. So
Oh, you are Taylor Swift.
I mean, a few years older or a few years younger, but yeah. I just hope though that they do I hope that they do something like that for the marketing for Ballad. Like,
it's a song by Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Okay.
I wouldn't be mad if Taylor Swift came back though. Would not be mad.
Yeah, same. I'd be excited.
But anyway, Mockingjay.
I was just gonna bring up Dalton is here.
I was gonna say that's the next point that I had, page 8. Some D10 representation. Although reading this again, it's like, why did we need to know this? Like, why do we have a whole paragraph about this? Like,
it's important information.
Suzanne, give us like some details that we actually want.
Frozen cow embryos.
Right?
You know,
like, and what was the point of this? This never like comes back for any reason.
Never. Didn't he officiate the wedding? Or like do something with Finnick and Annie's wedding?
Did he?
I think so.
He's like invited to the Propo meetings too. It's so random.
He's there. He's the one that's like, take that makeup off her face.
Yeah.
Which what?
She's supposed to raise cows.
I'm much better going to Boggs.
Character. Yeah, I agree. He's definitely a character that I'm fine with being written out. I mean, like Darius though. I'm kind of mad that they wrote out
Yeah.
that
Yes.
Peacekeeper turned A-Box. I think that that's a cool and important storyline.
Mhm.
But Dalton, it's fine. It's fine. We don't need Dalton. Plus, who's named Dalton in Pan Am? That's such a basic name.
Amen.
Honestly. Maybe they have more normal names in District 10.
Some of the tribute names, oh my god, I cannot think off the top of my head. In Ballad have like kind of basic names, some of them.
Isn't Brandy? Is Brandy from Pan?
Yeah, Brandy's one.
Yeah.
Huh. Brandy?
So
like brand?
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
I didn't think about that one.
I didn't either. That's
Brandish a
genius.
knife. Ooh.
I
No?
love
Okay.
it. Okay, no. I
I
agree.
like
That's
land.
genius.
Oh, okay.
But like Dalton, I cannot think of anything that connects to cows or cattle. But granted, I've never worked with cows before, so I don't know.
I can't either. Pointless name, pointless character.
Let me.
I mean, it's nice to see like what other people. Yeah, do it. It's nice to see like what other people like why they're in District 13 from other districts.
I kind of feel like that's the only point. And like she needed to talk to somebody, I guess, who like wasn't from there, and to know that other people got there somehow, even though Bonnie and Twill don't. Rip.
Well, I think that his line though is really interesting because he's like, they need you, me, they need us all. A while back, there was some sort of pox epidemic. Yikes! That killed a bunch of
not a pandemic.
Left us more infertile. I know. New breeding stock. That's how they see us.
Sorry, Dalton could be named for Sir Howard Dalton, a British geneticist who died in 2008, approximately during the writing of Mockingjay.
Probably what it is.
Yeah,
makes sense.
We're talking about breeding and new breeding stock and all that. I could see it.
You guys, when I had my Pan Am ID card for District 10, I was a breeder. So,
oh, you were in District 10?
Yeah.
I was District 9.
Love that.
I was District 3.
Yeah,
I was District 2. Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. Oh.
I used my Pan Am like ID card because I like we got it in the mail. It was like laminated and everything. It was very official. I used mine to like I was 18 and I didn't get like my new driver's license or whatever, and I used it to like pay for something, like use it as an ID for something. No. I'm not even kidding you. And the girl was like, I'm only allowing this because I love the Hunger Games. I was like, all right, cool.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
I mean, hey, it's a photo ID. Like
exactly. Like it's fine. Why am I gonna lie about my age on a Hunger Games ID? Like,
stop. For the far distant future.
Literally. I'm sure I still have it somewhere.
That's awesome.
So funny. That was iconic that they did that.
Absolutely. Absolutely iconic. I wish that they would have like in the movies at least, because I'm sure you all have seen the deleted scenes from part 1 where they show more of District 13 when Box is taking her down to like the control center, and you see like all these like wide open areas.
You see like the stamp on their arm.
Yeah. Oh, I wish they would have done that. I think that's such a cool thing because like even like Elizabeth Banks, like as Effie, she had that tattoo on her arm. Like if you watch the movie again, you could see it. Like I wish that they would have just kept that in. It's such a quick scene and it's such a long movie. And like I said before, there's stuff they could have probably cut from it. They should have just kept that in.
Yeah,
the world building
like,
for
what's
District 13
another
is
60 seconds? I mean,
exactly. And like I think District 13 is such a cool just area in general. And like I would have loved to have seen more of it.
I do feel like we got a lot of it over like
we did get a lot of it.
It was like I need air.
I just don't think that it was. I don't think it came across though in the movie how just constricting it was, like having a schedule on your arm and like being like following everything as it is. Like in the movies, it's just kind of like, all right, there's some people walking around doing something cool.
Which Katniss hates because she hates to be controlled, and like it's more suffocating for her than District 12 was for sure.
Yeah. So I think if they would have shown that, I would have kind of made that come across better. I don't know. I didn't make the movie, so I can't really explain why they did that. But I mean, I didn't miss it too much, I guess, when I watched it. Also, in Mockingjay, when they're talking, she's like walking around the square and sees the bakery. I don't think it was very clear in the movie that Peeta's parents died. Like, I mean, she says it. I don't think she said, she says it in part 1, but Peeta's parents were never really a thing. Like, when you see him in Catching Fire in the Victor's Village watching the announcement for the quarter quell, it's just like him by himself, just like emotionally distraught.
I always laugh when they're in District 11 and they go upstairs and Peeta's all mad. He's like, I got people I gotta protect too. And it's like, dude, where are they?
Crickets.
Could have fooled me. Like,
Peeta's parents were never a thing. Like, his mom was in the first movie. That was it. Like, I wonder what the thinking behind that was. I don't know. You'd think they'd make more of an effort to have his parents in, but
this is why I'm like, goodbye, grandma'am.
Yeah, honestly.
But I guess she is.
They didn't want to address the possible rumors of Prim being his sister.
Okay.
They let the dad out. They didn't want to stir up the waters.
Prim
Oh my God, I've seen God, yes. I remember those rumors. I kind of like low-key believe that.
I think like, a lot of us believe that that's true.
I 100% believe it.
Like, there's no explanation other than that, honestly. Like, why is Katniss so different looking than everybody else in the family?
We saw the Punnett Square.
Yeah, we did a pun. We literally did a Punnett Square. So
did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about it in depth on a theories episode.
Oh my God, I love that. That's yes. Okay. If you've done a Punnett Square, it's confirmed at this point, honestly. Oh gosh,
I love the line on page 10 where she's like, people keep talking at me, talking. And instantly
I was literally just reading that.
I think about Yellow Flicker Beat, which is just like why I love it so much, because it has that one line about like people talk to me, but like nothing ever hits. I'm like, it's just it works so well for Mockingjay Part 1.
Are you guys? I'm team Yellow Flicker Beat. Kanye. I hate Kanye West, but Kanye West remix. I like that one a lot more than the original version. I'm gonna be honest. It's so much more dark, and
I like them both, but I love Yellow Flicker Beat, so I'll take it in any form.
I mean, if Lord read this book and was like, I'm going to make a song, maybe she definitely took inspiration from it.
I feel like she took all the inspiration for her own song, and then like nobody else did.
I agree. Honestly, she definitely kind of derailed the whole artist curated Hunger Games album situation, which is unfortunate because I would have loved to have seen what they would have done with Mockingjay Part 2.
It was
it's my least favorite. Yeah, it's my least favorite. Catching Fire is the best one in my opinion, but Hunger Games as well was very good.
What's your favorite song from Catching Fire?
In the Catching Fire? Oh my God. Ooh. This is gonna seem really cliche and stupid, but like, and I hate Gail, but Gail's song.
It's really good.
That's a
sad.
Good one.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's really
and
sad.
It's like, it's so good, and like you can tell that they like the Lumineers, which like I know there's a lot of discourse around boom clap music, which is what the Lumineers usually does. But it's so you can tell they read the book. Like it seemed like it was written from Gail's perspective. Like they knew what they were doing. It's so good. I also like We Remain is also very good. But I didn't like it until that TV spot.
Yes, I remember when that first came out.
Yeah,
it's
like
good there.
That changed my opinion. Same with Atlas. Like I didn't like Atlas until I saw the TV spot.
I'm not
which
a fan
was very
of
good
Atlas.
too.
Atlas is fine.
Abby's
just like-
superior.
Maybe they'll do some sort of album for ballad. I'm hoping so.
I hope they
They
do
have
that.
to with the number of songs that are just going to be in the film, and then just like add some others, you know, make it
I'm
a
just
cool
very
album.
happy. I hope so. I'm just happy that James Newton Howard is coming back because, like,
Yeah.
I listened to that all 4 movies, all of that score. I listen to it all the time. It's so good.
Booby Trap changed my life.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
But we're not even past chapter 1 yet.
We keep talking about ballad every single point. It all goes back to ballad.
We have 3 pages until chapter 2. We got this. I think it's interesting that she starts talking about Plutarch on page 10, just because we just saw him in Catching Fire, like at the end of Catching Fire, and to show that he's like now
all of a sudden, yeah, he's
just
totally different than what we thought.
Yeah, I love that.
But he's still like, I like how Katniss is talking about it. Like, she's hesitant to be the Mockingjay. Like, people are gonna dress her. She's gonna have to do speeches. They're gonna like orchestrate everything that she does. So he's still like being the game maker.
Yeah. Which also, let's have a moment of silence for Fulvia Cardew.
Amen. But like, who cares? I did not like her.
No, I didn't either, and I'm very happy that they made Effie like that character.
Yeah.
But it would be really, it makes so much sense, but it would have been really cool to see like another extreme capital person like go to that sort of side.
Yeah, she's like comes out of nowhere though.
She definitely does. She's very grating, but I'm really glad that they gave it to Effie. But at the same time, I was very upset. I remember when the casting for Mockingjay was coming out, and I was like, "Where's Fulvia? Where's she at? Where's our queen?" And then when they said that Effie was going to replace her, I was like, "All right, cool. I'm down with that."
Mm-hmm.
Who's the name connection to Fulvia? It's Livia?
Livia.
Yeah.
Cardew?
Yeah.
Cardew.
Isn't that
She's a
who
jerk.
Snow says he's gonna marry?
Mary,
I
yeah.
the
think
end?
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which kind of makes me think that didn't happen because Fulvia doesn't seem very high up.
She's an
like in the
assistant.
ranks. Yeah. Like Plutarch's assistant.
No, she was interning, and so that's how she met Plutarch.
Or like she abandoned the presidential family for the rebellion.
Yeah.
He took Tiger's side.
But like, why would you do that? You have it all.
Morals.
Hey.
Yeah.
Don't talk about morals.
What?
There's no morals in ballad, so it doesn't matter.
I was kind of shocked that like Katniss on page 13, she's even thinking about like running away. She's back to that same place in Catching Fire. I don't know, it just made me think about that conversation that she has with Gale like at the beginning a lot in connection with this, and she just feels like she can't help people, and she's like, okay, well the people I care about are safe, so I could just go. I mean, except for PETA. That's like that's really the only thing holding her there, which I found interesting. I kind of forgot about that detail.
And this is also on the page before, on page 12. It was when she talks about Cinna being confirmed dead, which is just awful. And like that is kind of like what made her start that kind of internal dialogue where she was like, what am I going to do? I mean, I would run away too. I mean, if I were in that situation, I would definitely think about running away because that's a lot of pressure, especially on like a 17-year-old girl. Like,
she's already gone through so much.
She doesn't deserve any of this.
She's just tired of it.
Which, I mean, just shows how just kind of messed up District 13 is too, that they're kind of, I don't want to say they're forcing her to do this, but they're kind of giving her no other option.
Mm-hmm. I also feel like she doesn't think that they can actually win.
Yeah.
So I think that's why she feels really guilty about doing more, because she just foresees her, doing these things and then the Capitol continuing to lash out in like retribution.
Yeah.
And blowing up like all the districts, and she doesn't see anything positive coming out of it.
Poor Katniss. Oh my god. I just want to give her a hug.
Right? She needs PETA.
She just needs PETA, which unfortunately she does not have right now. This is also the page though, on page 13 is when Buttercup reappears, which
Yay.
I just think is so funny to me.
Yeah. You can't get rid of me.
I mean, I have a theory that Buttercup is actually just invincible.
Or a ghost.
Wouldn't Buttercup, like other animals, have like sensed the bombs coming, kind of, and like I guess that's how.
Well,
like,
if Buttercup
would fleed.
If Buttercup loved Prim that much, though, he would have tried to get her out.
He's just
maybe he
selfish.
doesn't love her that much.
It's a cat.
I guess
it's
not.
a cat.
It's a cat. But also,
It's like somebody else will feed me.
Yeah, the Victor's. I mean, somebody else will feed him, but like he was probably eating dead bodies too. That's what she was alluding to.
To each their own.
Yeah. I just think it's interesting that like Victor's village was untouched, but like in the movie, they had PETA's side of the Victor's village bombed, and like Katniss's side totally untouched.
When he clearly knows the layout of District 12.
Yeah, like I don't understand like why they just didn't leave both sides untouched in the movies, because like it just doesn't. I don't know, like why bomb PETA's side? Like
because Snow was holding on to hope and love and memories with Lucy Gray. That's why.
Bring it back to Ballad. I mean, honestly,
it.
in hindsight, like rereading Mockingjay, Ballad, like knowing what we know in Ballad, he was shook. Snow was shook.
Yes.
Like, that definitely messed him up.
Mm-hmm. He's been waiting so long to blow up District 12. He was like, oh, should have done this. So
he needed
long
a reason. Everything is justified for him.
Definitely is.
Well, then she sees the rose. Oh, sorry.
Did you know that scene is? I was going to say that it's very disturbing. That scene gives me chills every single time.
I always thought that was a really weak ending line on the first chapter.
Yeah, I agree.
I always read it and was like, okay.
It's not up to her standards.
Yeah, it's not
a cliffhanger.
The line where it's like it whispers, "I can find you if I can reach you." Blah blah. Yeah,
maybe watching
not
now.
great.
Yeah, it's like okay.
She's the queen of chapter endings.
What's your favorite chapter ending, Ronnie?
Oh my god. I don't know.
Tracker Jacker.
No, that one is really, 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 really good. I think it's in the first book, like the reaping scene where she was like, "It's not me, and it wasn't me. It was Primrose Everdeen."
Yes, Ronnie.
That one is so chilling. Oh my god, good. It's so chilling, and I just remember just being like, "Oh my god!" when I first read it. I absolutely love that.
It's so good. I agree.
It's so good.
Unexpected.
And like the like spiral that she does, where she's like doing the math in her head, and she's just like that. Just like the last paragraph, I want to say of that chapter. It's brilliant.
You feel the anxiety for sure.
Yes.
It's so tense.
definitely you feel the anxiety. It's so good. It's so good. But also, like, I mean, no, the very last chapter of Catching Fire, of course, which I'm sure is a staple. Like, there is no District 12. That is insane. I threw my book at that moment when I read that because I was so like upset.
Yeah.
I know. I like. So, do you want to hear my thing when I first read that? Which I want you to keep in mind. I was young when I read it. In my head, I was like, "Wait, there's no District 12. Is this like a simulation?" And like,
oh my god!
Like, I was like, I'm not even kidding you.
Yes,
like,
Divergent vibes.
Yeah, literally though. Like, I was like, oh wait, was she just like imagining all this? I don't know.
Oh no.
And I was so upset, and like it took me like Mockingjay didn't come out for like another like I think 7 months or so. So I was just like, what? Like, what's happening?
Oh, you had to wait too. I also had to wait.
Awful. It was the worst experience, right? I hated it. I absolutely hated it that way. But I do agree this is a very weak chapter ending. But I do think like when I first read it, I was kind of enthralled by it. And I was like, ooh, spooky. But now I'm like, okay, cliche, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think
Probably
it's
the worst
fine.
one. No, I think it's probably really
every
bad.
chapter ending can't be a banger, you know?
No, not every chapter ending can be a banger. And then chapter 2, lots of plot development in this one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We find out that Bonnie and Twill didn't make it.
That's the part that's really eerie for me, is the Bonnie and Twill part.
I agree.
You just
all that for
nothing.
Interaction.
Yeah.
She's just that's died in the woods, I guess.
Though.
Yeah.
That's Suzanne's thing though. Like it's like kind of with Prim. I mean, Katniss went through the Hunger Games and, you know, took down an entire government to save Prim. And she still ended up dying. So it's like
it feels realistic.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, not everybody makes it. This Dalton guy over here, he made it. But
somehow, because he brought a lot of cattle with him or something. I don't know. I don't know.
I like the part where on page 19, it's like 1800 reflection. It becomes 1800 cat adoration.
Yes.
I just thought that was cute.
That.
Just cute moments in all the darkness.
I like her mother like hugging the wedding photo. I don't know. I just thought that was nice.
Even though she doesn't even care about him.
She misses him.
She misses him in the mistakes that she made.
Do you think that she didn't like really care about him? She just cares about the mistakes that she made after he passed away.
Oh no, we just joke that about the Prim and Peta being siblings.
God. Yes.
So she regrets ever being with Mr. Malark.
Listen, if you can bake bread like that, I would immediately marry you. I don't blame her.
She had her chance.
She did. She could have been a fancy housewife in the square.
Yeah.
But she did choose
to
live. She
said goodbye to all that.
Yeah, she chose to live in the scheme. So I give her some credit, I guess, but what happened after Katniss's birth, where she was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go back to the square and go see another guy. I wonder if like anybody's ever asked Suzanne Collins about that. I mean, she's a very quiet public figure, which thank God. I think that she needs to be.
Yeah.
I think of it all like
as much as I want to hear her talk about everything, I also do not.
We don't want another J.K. Rowling situation, just in case. I don't think that Suzanne believes in those sort of views. At least I don't think that she does. I hope not. The less she says, the better, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that makes her seem like more of a lasting, just like a classic author, I guess.
Yeah.
Just like she let her work speak for itself, and everybody's still like, for decades is going to be trying to figure out what everything means. She doesn't need to like spell it all out.
I think it's so brilliant. I'm glad that she doesn't answer anything. Like, she just doesn't have any, she doesn't confirm any theories. She doesn't add stuff.
I would love to hear her talk about the movies more, though.
Me too.
Like, because she's an executive producer, and like she's, I would assume, there and heavily involved, and I would love to just hear her thoughts on it, or like seeing certain scenes filmed and like how that felt, and like different what a hand she had in certain like choices and decisions. Like, I just want a commentary with her. I think that'd be great.
It'd be fabulous. I feel like it'd be so weird to like watch something that you've worked on for years be adapted into a movie. Like, it would just be kind of weird to me to like see happen.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that she definitely has, from what I can tell, she seems to have liked all the movies. But I don't know if she's just saying that because like she's an executive producer. But yeah, I would love to see what she would think, what she says about that.
Yeah, I just want to hear more from her. I mean, it's smart that but like just to hear more from her, like talking about
just about the Hunger Games.
Just about the Hunger Games, yeah.
Not a single other thing. I mean, like when Ballad was announced, I mean, nobody knew that she was writing a new book. I mean, that was such a
came out of left field.
That was wild.
Literally, oh my God, I remember that day so well.
Never in my wildest imaginings did I think we were getting another book.
Same. I went on a date like that day. I woke up that morning and I was like, I saw the news and started freaking out, and it was like, cool, I have to go on a date with this knowledge in my head. And I think I ended my date talking about it,
just like freaking
the entire
out
time.
over it.
Yeah. I mean, I had no idea that we'd be where we are now. I didn't know if it would be made into a movie. I mean, I would have guessed, but do you all think that she's gonna write another one? Like, I can't really tell.
No,
I think she will, because of
Holly,
she
the
tweeted
optimist.
today. No,
wait, she tweeted?
No, guys, slow down.
Suzanne, what?
Yeah, Jerry, you explain, because it was from Jerry's tweet that I saw it.
It was from another. It was the same person that Nina replied to, and they asked, will there be more prequel films after the Bella Songbirds and Snakes? I'd love to learn more about the first Quarter Quell. And Nina said, ask Suzanne. So,
I mean, it
I
could
don't
be
know
hopeful.
if that says anything, but
that just sounds like Nina's normal, like passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Just
stuff,
like Dr. Gall
when we were
casting,
asking for stuff and she was like, ask Lionsgate.
But then it happened.
True.
So we got stuff from it.
Like, also her Dr. Gall casting when she was like, any day now, and it was like 4 weeks later.
Promise.
Recent.
I mean, I guess any day. I mean, she meant any day, I guess. I mean,
she started with soon. So
yeah, that's true.
Soon used to mean 2 days. Turned into a month.
I thought that it would be that
really
week, honestly.
Any day now, really.
Well, and then we see PETA. Enter PETA. They did an amazing job.
So good.
Yeah, the interview's great. They did a great job in the movie with it. Then it just makes me remember why I hate Gale. So he was a hero, and now he's not a hero to me.
Yeah, the way I forgot this line was in here that he's like, okay, wait, this PETA interview is long. Hold on.
Yeah, it is.
Where he says if I could hit a button and kill every living soul working for the Capitol, I would do it without hesitation.
Hate
What? Excuse me?
I don't know how anybody's on Team Gale. It like makes me so
No.
mad. Like
him and the
I
nut.
can't.
He's just brutal.
He's
at the
crazy.
nut. Yes.
He's like, yeah, but like his bomb method is just like, dude, you just want to kill people. Like, I mean, that's just what you want to do. Like, I don't know what
Yes.
else to say to you.
Play the Gale song now.
No, I hate him, but the Gale song does make me sad, I have to say. I just you can tell that she's planted the seeds that he is not a great person. I don't think that Suzanne is on Team Gale at all. She's planted the seeds throughout the entire series, but this book especially, she kind of really hit it over the head that Gale's a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that people are Team Gale after reading this, I'm like, what's wrong with you?
I don't trust them
at all.
Does anybody have any pro Gale thoughts?
Isn't Kaylee pro Gale? We need Kaylee here to defend.
I think he's just desperate because he wants to win the war, but it still doesn't make his actions good.
Yeah,
he just has tunnel vision.
He does.
Yeah.
Win the war.
I've never been in a war myself, so I don't know how I would react to that, but I guess I can kind of understand what he's feeling. Like, I understand his like kill all mentality, I guess, to an extent, but I mean, like Katniss says at the end of the book, like, I don't need Gale's fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need Peeta. Like, he's not a good guy. I don't know. Have y'all seen that theory that like Gale and Katniss are cousins, like actually like related?
Yeah.
I mean, which also is kind of problematic. I don't know how I feel about that.
We talk about a lot, like Emily and I talk a lot about how he was originally written in as her cousin.
Wait, what?
I think so. It's I forgot what we've said about it, but I'm pretty sure it's stated somewhere. I don't know. I'll have to go back and find it because I can't say for sure. But I think there's one quote on the internet about it somewhere that he was maybe supposed to be just her cousin originally.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, like, nothing sells better than a love triangle, especially for teenage readers. This is what this is targeted at. I mean, and the movies kind of pushed it a little bit harder, I think.
Yeah.
Francis.
Robot.
Drowning over there in Kentucky.
But she has the conversation with Gale on, I think, page 30, where she's like, Gale's trying to kind of justify like what's wrong with Peeta, because Peeta kind of looks a little messed up. And like the line, Katniss, he's still trying to keep you alive. That's so upsetting that Peeta's still fighting.
Yeah.
I don't know. That like absolutely ruined me when I read it. I just hope that they go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's just different. They keep this part in the movie, but it's not in it chronologically, I guess. I don't know.
It's
like
not.
She doesn't decide to be the Mockingjay until like 45 minutes in.
Her mind is pretty made up that she wants to be the Mockingjay like at the beginning of this book.
Yeah.
So I do kind of like how they moved that though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then it lives up to its title name.
Yes. I'm curious to see what they do with Ballad. I know we keep bringing it back to Ballad because we have to, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of scenes like this where they do move stuff around to make it more consistent and coherent to whatever linear thing that they're trying to do.
Yeah.
They're going to be condensing stuff.
Especially, I've been thinking about the tribute mentor interactions. They're going to really have
Yeah.
fun at those. Because he sees her a lot.
Which in book form is very powerful because like
Mhm.
it shows how much he wants to have Lucy Gray on his side, but they're gonna have to figure out other ways to do it in film, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's gonna seem really rushed. I don't know.
I think it's going to seem rushed.
I think it's
That's
gonna
what I'm
seem
worried
rushed.
about.
Like, even more
I
insta
hate to bring it
love
up.
than it already is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll put our trust
We'll
into Francis's hands yet again. Keep doing it.
We will. God.
But
I think it'll be fine. I think we'll be fine.
it's fine.
I just keep
Everything's fine.
that's how I feel. I like definitely the dog with the coffee cup in the burning kitchen. That's
yes.
me. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. And what do we think of this chapter finale? I'm going to be the Mockingjay. That's a good one.
It is a good one.
Yeah.
Classic.
It's very straight to the point. It's very
Yes.
much like I'm glad that it's different because like in the movie, like you said, it's a lot later.
Mm-hmm.
And having it just so like upfront like that, you kind of know what the mindset for the rest of the book is going to be. If that makes sense.
Yeah, she's determined. She has her
Yeah.
goal.
And I think that makes a lot of her, I guess, movements or her just random choices that she does like make sense more.
Yeah, she's intentional now.
Yeah.
Because I forgot, to be honest. This will only be, I think, the 4th time that I'm reading Mockingjay. So I'm still not too familiar with its like layout and what happens when and how. So we'll see.
Like,
Stay
it's
tuned
so-
for that.
It gets so weird later on. Oh my God. Especially during the Capitol siege. Like it's insane.
I'm excited to go through it again. Yeah.
Me too.
Which I'm interested because like they cut a lot of that out in the movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it makes me curious to see what they're gonna cut out in Ballad.
How
like
did they
the
cut
weird-
anything out of this when they made 2 movies?
I know,
Amen.
but like some of the stuff was so weird. Like I mean, the whole. I'm not gonna say spoiler alert, but because like this book's been out forever, but like the whole street opening up to like a weird void where there's just like people falling into it. Like I mean, I would have loved to have seen that in a movie, but I could not have imagined it like being in a movie. And then there's there's a lot of like weird type of stuff. Go ahead.
Sorry, this is the book of the 3 that gets a little almost hits the verge of being too far out there for me.
Oh
yeah.
We had
some out there.
Some invisible hovercrafts at the beginning of chapter 1.
I'm still not going with that theory.
It literally says it, so
I know.
I didn't write it out, I guess.
You're not a fan of it. You don't think that they've discovered invisibility at this point?
No, I just think they mean it so fast. It's like a figure of speech.
Oh, yeah.
They like disappear.
Is it a figure of speech?
They just
That's
go
what
away.
I tell myself. They're zooming through the skies.
Well, I'm curious to see what the hovercraft will look like in this movie.
At least a dozen invisible hovercraft are circling overhead.
That just means they're way up there, you know, hovering in the clouds.
It's way out in the distance.
Yeah, they're hidden.
Doesn't sound very ambiguous to me, but
It's an interpretation.
I think that they were invisible, but I understand your interpretation. I could see it.
I guess we are open to all viewpoints here. So
Especially the correct ones.
Stop. He mutes himself.
King.
Well, sweet. Does anyone have any last thoughts on chapters 1 and 2 or anything else? We went over a lot tonight. We fit a lot in.
I'm just excited to see what's going to come out this week.
Oh, yes.
Specifically
wonder what that's
tomorrow.
gonna be.
Tomorrow. Wink, wink, wink. Yes. So stay tuned for us talking about that.
It'll probably be like an hour and a half long conversation about one thing.
Oh my
Gosh,
Like,
once we start getting real, like
Yes.
real things from the movie.
like I said, imagine the trailer. My God, we're gonna
Oh,
talk about that for hours.
that's gonna be the first 3-hour tribute talk for sure.
I'm so down for it.
Honestly, I think the first 3-hour one's going to be next week when we have this surprise and chapters to talk about.
Yep.
I think
Which,
we'll make it.
Which chapters are we doing next week? Are we doing 3 and 4?
3 and 4. And you're welcome again. Keep coming back.
Oh, I'd
Yeah,
love to.
Ronnie,
Trust me.
we love having you on.
Yeah, you're part
No,
of
I'm-
Tribute Talk now.
I'm like a parasite. I'm just attached myself to this.
Love
like
that.
I'm going to be. I will be here. I will be here next week. I
Yay!
promise.
Yay! Oh my gosh, so exciting. We love having you.
I love being on here. Thank you.
Yes. And so yeah, that brings us to next week. Personally, Emily and I have an episode coming out this weekend, so stay tuned for that. And then otherwise we have a bunch of news and fun things probably coming out this week, maybe Grand Ram. So be on the lookout for that. And
Wait, what did you say the episode that y'all were doing was? Or
Emily,
did you
what's the
say? I'm
episode?
sorry.
We didn't say, no.
Oh, okay,
we
Leaker.
never
didn't
mind.
say.
I'm sorry. I thought
It's
I
a
missed it.
surprise.
Okay, that's fine.
This
I'm
Sunday.
sorry.
This Sunday afternoon. Stay tuned. And then join us again for Tribute Talk next Monday. And we will have so much to talk about, including chapters 3 and 4 of Mockingjay. So until next
Woo.
time, everyone have a wonderful week. Thank you so much.
Good night.
You're